Enlightenment isn't what you think it's going to be. It is not a state that you live in. It is not something that you accomplish. It is not something that you become. There are no special strategies and techniques that will enlighten you. No set timeline, no amount of reps, no amount of days of fasting. None of it will ever make you an enlightened person. Enlightenment is what you are, and everything that you think you are, every belief that you have, every judgment that you hold, every bit of sense of self that you cling to, all your desires and hopes and dreams, all the needs that you think are necessary for your life, all that you think you know, every little bit of every little thing that makes you the person watching this video covers up what you truly are. It covers up the true state of enlightenment that is the true self. And this is why, for most people, they will never be ready for enlightenment. There is nothing to learn. No amount of kindness and good deeds will enlighten you. No amount of wickedness and horror will keep you from enlightenment, at least on any moral ground. The only thing that keeps you from the full spiritual awakening that you may seek is this person that you may be sure is you. And this is why enlightenment is incredibly challenging, because at the end, all there is the absolute truth of your reality. There are no superpowers. Any illness or sickness that you have will still likely be there when you're enlightened. All the challenges and difficulties that you're facing in life will still be there. You won't receive all the wisdom in the world. There is no major event that happens in the process. The sky doesn't open up. The earth doesn't shake. You don't join a special club. You just become. Become the truth of existence. Become the truth of who you really are and who you've always been. And in that, it is the most glorious thing to ever come. For in that, when you know the truth, when you understand the self, there is no suffering anymore, and no matter the troubles or complexities, life becomes a lot less challenging. But on the pathless path, on the journeyless journey, trying to pass through the gateless gate can be one of the most challenging things you ever do. Because if it was easy, everyone would do it. But why, you might wonder? What happens when you truly seek enlightenment? The first challenge, most often, is realizing you are not you. Every experience that you ever had, all the pain you've ever had, all the happiness you've ever enjoyed, everything you think is this person you are either proud of or hate is not you, and it never was you. This can be a hard one for a lot of people to accept. Even scarier when you begin to distance yourself from this egoic existence. When who you are begins to disappear, depression, for many people, will wrap itself around you like a warm blanket. Fear and worry of insanity knocks at the door as you'll wonder whether you're losing your mind. Emotions become like open nerves, sending ripples through the body at the smallest bit of stimuli. For understanding that you are not you, and letting go of the identity that you've made for yourself, hoping that when you let go of that last piece of who you are, that there is something there, it can be terrifying. And it's only the beginning. Because even though you may fully understand that there is no you, accepting that reality in your head, accepting the words of neuroscientists that say they can't find any sense of self in the brain, accepting the words of physicists that say that we are energy constantly taking shape and form, accepting the spiritual practices of culture stretching back some 6,000 years, you have no idea how much your identity is truly tied to the world. Because those beliefs you have about what is right and wrong, good and bad, evil and holy, are all part of your identity. And as you travel down the path of enlightenment, you will have to let go of all of them. Every thought of justice, every judgment against those who do things that deep down you feel are reprehensible, letting go of all the bad that has ever happened to you, letting go of all the bad you've ever done, not with forgiveness, not with restitution, though you can do these things if it helps, but it is in truly letting go of it all the guilt and shame that you ever had, all the love and wonder you've ever taken in, because every little thing you hold on to, every little thing that you think defines you, are part of the story you tell yourself about yourself. You're not a mother or a daughter. You're not a father or son. You're not a brother or a sister. You're not a friend or a lover. And you're not a husband or a wife. All of these things are just words and stories created by the brain to make you think the world is one way. And letting go of these things is not easy. Even when you're not actually leaving your family, and no, you don't have to leave them, you just have to realize the truth and fully let go of the titles and the stories. And that can be even harder than leaving them physically. Though the reward can be great. The truth behind all the lies is absolutely powerful. It is only in letting go of everything you believe, every God you worship, every person you love, letting go of everything that isn't the truth of your identity, everything that makes you believe that you are a separate person living a separate life in an individual world. If you can get yourself to that very point where you're willing to see the oneness of your existence, making it over those two hurdles of your identity and your beliefs, there's still one left that may trip you up. The last can truly be the hardest to face and causes most to turn back. For if you stand at the cusp of enlightenment, the roadblock of you mostly dismantled and let go of, life can be feeling amazing at this point. So much of what causes pain and suffering you would have released and let go of. Things get lighter with the less identity that you put on everything that's happening. But one of the greatest challenges that those searching for enlightenment often face, that even causes monks who spend decades of dedicating their lives to achieving enlightenment to never achieving it, is the absolute truth that when you fully let go of you and truly embrace your true self, you will never accomplish anything ever again. You will never do anything ever again. You will never be anyone. You will never become anyone. All your hopes and dreams will never be realized by you. Because to take that final step, that isn't any step at all, to truly realize the inseparable oneness of all things, to realize your place in divinity, is to finally and completely let go of you. Which is to say, you no longer attach yourself to your identity. You don't forget who you are. You don't forget who your family or your friends were, or any of the skills that you've ever learned. But you no longer allow any of those things to define you, to become you, to be you. For when you align yourself with your true self, then you see the truth of your reality in a way that you've never had before. But you have to be willing to let go. It is the ultimate leap of faith. Trusting that behind all that you have ever thought was real and true, that there is something more to it, something greater, a grace that will catch you. It's giving yourself over to life completely and fully, not resisting life, not wanting it to be any different than it is, and realizing that this has been the case all along. There can be, and likely will be, moments of deep and horrifying dread, fear of why you would take yourself down this road, questions of what it truly means to not be you anymore. You'll lose friends. Loved ones may think you're crazy, and everything you've spent a lifetime building in your head as an identity is going to disappear. But if you make that leap, if you trust in life, embrace the truth of yourself, find that you are ready for enlightenment, then what awaits is something utterly amazing, something that you won't regret, a peace and a happiness, a love of the entire universe, a seeing of people for who they are and not what they are to you, freedom from the worries and stresses of the transient nature of the world, true and complete spiritual liberation, and the joy of being who you truly are and who you've always been, but who you've forgotten for so long. So take the leap if you think you're ready. Hey, wait 1 second. I've got something big to share with you. Thanks for watching that video. If you made it this far, you hopefully enjoyed it. And if you enjoyed it, we put out one at least every other day. Hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the notifications at the bottom of the video. And keep an eye out for the next video. Also, I'm building a community of people who want to transform their lives over a year. It's called the Cosmic Joke Challenge. If you want to find out what the Cosmic Joke Challenge is, you'll learn that and more in our 100% free Facebook group, which will be growing a library of content not available on YouTube. The link will be available in the description box below. Click it, join, and start transforming your life today.